Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. So today I will be discussing around 20 questions that were asked in the recently concluded NEET MDS 2021 examination. The examination was held on 16 December and the results are out. First, there seems to be a question on the type of cell found in the basal layers of the epithelium and in the vicinity of an unmyelinated nerve fiber. The answer would be Merkel cell. Next, there was a question on the stages of amelogenesis. Amelogenesis is the process of the formation of enamel and has four stages: the secretory stage, the formative phase, the maturation stage, and the organizing stage. In the maturation stage, there is conversion of the apical end of the ameloblast into ruffled border, which produces calcium ions. These calcium ions causes mineralization of the matrix. Matrix is first laid down in the cervical areas of the tooth, followed by the incisal edges of the tooth. In this stage, there is increase in number of increase in number of mitochondria and decrease in number of endoplasmic reticulum. Next, there was a question on vitamin deficiency in chronic alcoholic patients. The options were vitamin B12, thiamine, riboflavin, and pyridoxine. The correct option would be thiamine. Thiamine deficiency causes dry beriberi, which has neurological manifestations like Korsakoff's psychosis. Wet beriberi has cardiovascular manifestations like edema, congestion of the different organs, hypovolemia, and tachycardia. Next, there was a question on enzymes. Serum lipase. Serum lipase is increased in the which of the following conditions? The options were acute pancreatitis, liver disease, and obstructive jaundice. The answer would be acute pancreatitis. In acute pancreatitis, there is increase in both serum amylase and serum lipase. In obstructive jaundice, there is increase in alkaline phosphatase. In liver disease, there is increase in serum glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase and serum glutamate phosphate transaminase. Next, there was a question on composition of stainless steel. Stainless steel, 18H stainless steel. 18H stainless steel comprises of 18% chromium and 8% nickel, along with 0.08 to 0.2% carbon. Next, there was a question on welding of the components of titanium. The options were laser welding and argon atmosphere. Both of these options are correct, and titanium components can be also plasma welded. Next, there was a question like this: a dentist wants to prepare a metal ceramic crown on the maxillary first molar. He provides a functional cusp bevel on which of the following cusps? He provides a functional cusp bevel to provide the following properties. The options were structural durability, marginal integrity, resistance form, and retention form. The correct option would be structural durability. Functional cusp bevel are provided on the palatal cusp of maxillary molars and the buccal cusp of mandibular molars. The angulation of the functional cusp bevel is around 45 degree. Next, there was a question on the pH of chemicals suitable for gingival detection during making impression of a prepared tooth. The answer would be acidic pH. Next, there was a question, which of the following density of bone is best suited to achieve a minimum difference of elastic modulus between titanium implant and residual alveolar bone? The answer would be D2. Next, there was a question on fluoride supplements to be used in a child whose age is 4 years. The answer would be 0.25 ppm. Next, there was a question on prevention of diseases. Primordial prevention, primary prevention, secondary prevention, and tertiary prevention are the 4 kinds of prevention. Primordial prevention, where a country is taking precautions to prevent the development of risk factors of a disease. Primary prevention includes health protection, health promotion, and specific protection. Secondary prevention includes early diagnosis and prompt treatment, whereas tertiary prevention includes disability limitation and rehabilitation. A patient has a debris index of 0.6 and a calculus of index of 0.7. What is the condition of his oral hygiene according to the OHI oral hygiene index simplified by Green and Vermillion? Now, OHIS was modified by Green and Vermillion in 1964. A debris index of 0.6 and a calculus index of 0.7 produces a total OHIS of 1.3. This falls in the fair range of oral hygiene index. Next, there was a question on a person is having 2 impacted teeth with pericoronitis, 4 fractured anterior teeth with temporary restorations, and 6 teeth with chalky white spots and initial lesions. What is his DMFT score according to the WHO modification of DMFT index in 1987? The answer would be 0, because in the 1986 modification, fractured teeth with temporary restorations are not considered. Impacted teeth, missing teeth due to extracted teeth due to impaction are considered, and the chalky white spots with initial lesions on the teeth are not considered as caries. Thus, the answer would be 0. Phase of clinical trial used to include a large population to check the effectiveness, dosage, and safety of drug. The answer would be phase 3. Next, there was a question on mechanism of action of sodium fluoride varnish. Sodium fluoride varnish acts upon the calcium crystal to provide fluoride plus calcium fluoride, which again produces calcium fluorapatite crystals. This causes the choking off mechanism. Mechanism of action of acylated phosphate fluoride is dehydration followed by shrinkage with formation of dicalcium phosphate dihydrate. Next, there was a question on stannous fluoride. Mechanism of action of stannous fluoride. Stannous fluoride in low concentration forms tin hydroxyphosphate, and in high concentration forms calcium difluorophosphate and tin trifluorophosphate. Next, there was a question on membership of IDA. An affiliate member is one dentist from a foreign country who wants an IDA membership in order to practice in India. Next, there was a question on student t-test where blood pressure is measured in hypertensive patients in both pregnant and non-pregnant groups. The answer would be student t-test. Next, there was a question on eruption of permanent tooth. Permanent tooth starts to erupt when the root is half formed, and it completely erupts into the oral cavity when the root is 3/4 formed. These were some of the questions that I wanted to discuss in the video. Thank you guys.